What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Extravagant Fragrances. So, just a update on the recovery. What's going on with the Extravagant Fragrances? Good thing is I am out of the hospital. I've been out for about, I think it's been about, I want to say it's been about maybe a little over, maybe about 3 weeks now. Um, yeah, I think it's about 3 weeks or longer, maybe now. Anyways, so I'm out of there now. Uh, when I first got out of the hospital, um, um, I had to get a walker, which I still kind of use. I'm kind of on and off the walker now. The good thing is, like, well, the first when I was just starting to use the walker in the hospital, I could uh, I could barely get out of bed on my own, so I had to have like helpers like help me move my legs in and out of the bed, just because of the inflammation and the swelling from the surgery and everything. And then once I got on the my feet on the ground, I was able to lean onto the walker and kind of like move around, um, and be able to get to and from the bathroom. Now, uh, things are happening in stages, and I'm incrementally getting better from this accident. And I got off the medications. I got off the painkillers. I got off of the. They had me on oxycodone. They had me on um, some muscle relaxers and Tylenol and all this stuff. Um, so I've gotten off of that. There's no more like inflammation. Inflammation's going down tremendously, and I've actually switched over to kratom. Believe it or not, I had some friends that came in from out of town. I had some friends that came in from out of town, and um, they brought kratom. So kratom basically it's used to help people that are addicted to like opioids and stuff like that. It's used to help them get off of opioids. Like people have seen like amazing results from taking kratom. So people that are like hooked on heroin, and it doesn't usually addiction. Usually, a lot of times it starts with the medications that are given to you in the hospital. So then these people stay on the medications for so long that when they go to get off of them, they have withdrawals and they get sick if they don't have their medications. And so it seems to be like there's a push to get rid of opioids, or should I say cut back on it. And it's good. It's a good thing and it's a bad thing. It's a good thing because there there are a lot of people getting hooked on opioids now. It is an actual real problem, especially here in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. I know here, I personally can tell you, I know of people, many people who have overdosed. I mean, personal friends of mine, just from high school and stuff like that. Just people that I know, um, and and a lot of them were good people, you know. Um, and again, I don't know if it stemmed from, being on the medications, from being hospitalized, but the opioid epidemic, is a real thing out this way. And so the uh, the good thing is that kratom is this herb that it comes from, uh, I believe, Indonesia. I think it's grown in Thailand. It's grown in different places like tropical climates. And it what it does is it stimulates the opioid receptors in the brain. Um, and so people that are having withdrawals from medications, people who are having withdrawals from heroin, it helps people get off of that stuff. Not only that, but it tremendously reduces inflammation. Um, the first night that I tried the kratom, I was taking steps away from my walker. My brother came and looked. I was like doing little circles around the living room, just walking around. I mean, obviously with a limp, but I couldn't feel any pain. Uh, so that's what I really liked about the kratom. It's also high in antioxidants. It's non-addictive. You don't get addicted to it. There's actual health benefits to the kratom. Helps you to it helps you to get a better night's rest. Induces sleep, right? Um, there are different strains of kratom, from what I understand. The one that I tried, it was called Trainwreck. I know it sounds kind of bad, but it was a really good kratom. I liked it. My old coworker used it when I was a personal trainer. She used it to get through her workouts because, and what's amazing is this girl. She was actually very very athletic. She was a gymnast. If you look at her, she's a very athletic person, and you would never guess that this girl lives with pain, but she does. I guess she said because of her feet had been decalcified or something like that. Um, she has to take stuff. She's got to take the stuff for pain just to get through her workouts. So she actually takes the kratom to get through her workouts, which I thought was interesting. And I could see now, just from that first night that I took the kratom, being able to take walks away from the walker, or take steps away from the walker, uh, just how truly amazing this herb is. So that's definitely, I'm a raving fan of the kratom now because I believe in it. Um, I can definitely tell the difference. It calms me down. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't intoxicate you. That's another thing you should know. You don't get intoxicated from kratom. It doesn't impair your judgment or motor skills or anything like that. Um, so yeah, that's part of the regiment right now. At first, I kind of wanted to stop moving away from the walker because I thought to myself, you know what? If I keep taking steps away from the walker, walking with a limp, then maybe my body will overcompensate in a certain way and cause more problems to my body. But so what I did is I just kind of like walked with the walker to walk a more natural stride until my regular stride gets better. And so yeah, I'm finding it easier now to move around without the walker. Even though there is, I still walk with a limp. I can't squat down like down in a like just a squat position where I'm just kind of like sitting there chilling. If you ever see like Filipinos how they like eat in the customary way, when they eat they squat down. That I can't do that very easily. I have to like slowly lower my body down. Um, so, but the big thing right now is my hand. That actually is going to take quite some time. This right here, you can see that pinky right there. I can't straighten it right now. Okay, this is where they actually did the. That's where they did the incision. They inserted two screws into my wrist, and they had me switch over to from a splint to a brace, right? Um, I'm not I'm not really supposed to be bending this wrist. So, but the thing is, the brace, I don't really like how it like have my like might get really sweaty palms, and it just yeah, the brace gets a little sweaty and dirty, and it just so I'm sitting here chilling in the recliner, and I just when I'm sitting here, I'll take it out of the brace just to give my hands some oxygen, But right now, this is going to take some time. I mean, this is like my dominant hand. This is what I drive with. This is what I lift, the cases of bottles with, boxes of incense sticks, the drums of, body oil. But this is going to take some time to recover, you guys. This is about as far as I can squeeze my grip. Okay? I can't go any further than that. You see? And then to straighten it, and then that's about as far as I can bend my wrist right now. The surgeon told me to do like writing moves, right? He did say it would get better, but it's going to take. He said about 4 to 6 weeks. I don't know about that. I don't know about that. I talked to an older guy in our community here in Pittsburgh, and he told me, yeah, he said that's going to take about 9 months. He said you're looking at about 9 months because he had the same exact surgery. I looked at the back of his hand; he had the same exact thing. Um, so what I'm doing with this hand is I'm just kind of like soaking it in Epsom salt, and I've got these like electric. It's like an electric pulse, electric stimulator. Basically, what it does, you stick it these little pads on your different points on your body, right, on your muscles, and what it does is it stimulates the muscles in that area. So what I've been doing is I stick it right there where the wound is at. I stick one like right here under the wrist, and then I stick one right here on my forearm. And what it does is it causes involuntary contractions like this to my hand. So that's kind of what I've been doing as far as therapy goes. Um, and what I'm trying to do right now is I'm just trying to get to the point where I can walk a normal stride. Once I can walk a normal stride, then what I plan to do is start going on long walks, right? I'm a big fan of like weight training, but that's not going to happen for a while. I'm pretty abusive on my body when it comes to weight training. I'll push myself past the limits, and sometimes that's not always good. And especially with this hand right here, I don't want to tear anything and have to go through another surgery again. So I'm going to give this hand a while. It's probably, if it takes me a year to get full strength and mobility of this hand, then so be it. Because my plan is to get this hand where I can straighten my pinky out again, right? Where I can do a full grip, which the doctor says that I'll be able to, and then get one of those grip strengtheners and just focus on this hand because this is my dominant hand, right? But hopefully once I get my mobility, my full mobility to walk around again, I plan on going on some long walks, and then eventually start adding in stairs, start trying to build the mobility around my legs. This summer I planned to do a lot of cycling, and I don't know if that's gonna happen. Maybe it will, maybe not. But as of now, I'm thankful to be alive and be able to actually now be able to walk, to some degree. And so once that happens, I think if I start getting better mobility in my legs, like I said, I'm going to start trying to incorporate more walking. And if I can weight train with my legs, I'm a big fan of squats, right? But I don't think that's going to happen anytime soon, especially with the hands. So maybe I may have to improvise with doing like squats and stuff like that, hack squats and whatnot. But yeah, so far recovery is coming along. Sorry for those of you who are regular customers. It saddens me that some of you have come back looking for your regular orders, and I had to turn you away because of the website being down. But I really cannot process orders right now um, because of this condition. And when I process orders, I have to sometimes I have things stacked way up high on shelves, and sometimes I have to climb a ladder to get some heavy things. Um, and that I don't want to take that chance, especially with this hand like this, not having full use of this hand. You know, so yeah, it's. I just think it's a bad idea right now to do something like that. Um, but once I am able to bend this wrist more and get a full grip, and also once I get a car again, because obviously my car is gone, then inshallah, God willing, I do plan on processing orders again. Um, so yeah, that's kind of what's going on right now. It's gonna take this time, these next couple months or so to just focus on recovery and try to get back in a good level of fitness. That's always been my thing. Um, Many of you know my background. I was a personal trainer for about 8 years, so recovery is looking good. The surgeon did tell me. He says because you're young, you're healthy. He said regular recovery from my type of accident, he said, would take the normal person about 6 months. He said I'm looking at about 6 weeks to recover, and that was from the time that I saw him. So that's a good thing. That's a good thing. And I can believe that as far as this leg goes. Now the right hand, the other surgeon said about 6 weeks for this right hand. I don't know about that. I mean, right now, it doesn't feel like it's going to happen in 6 weeks, but then again, you just never know. Because it's just like, I can't go any further than that. And another thing about that I've learned with this hand is when I eat some foods that are kind of like salty, these fingers get all like bloated, right? Whereas my left hand doesn't get like that. But these fingers, they get bloated and really stiff. So who knows? Maybe that's part of the recovery process. But I've just been staying on top of all my supplements. I'm taking DHEA right now. I'm taking a B vitamin complex. I'm taking the my black seed oil, um, the kratom, obviously. I'm taking ashwagandha, which is for like stress and anxiety. It's an herb. And then I'm taking maca root extract or the maca root powder. And I think that's about it. Oh yeah, I'm taking also a calcium, zinc, and magnesium complex. So it's a combination, which is really good for obviously bones, but it's also good for muscle formation. Um, so yeah, that's what's going on. But everything's coming in the right direction, going in the right direction. They took all my staples and stitches out. They took the staples out of my leg, which felt actually kind of strangely good. Actually, it kind of felt like if you ever pick a scab, that's kind of what the staples felt like when the nurse was pulling them out. So those are out. The wound is I keloid very easily. So where the surgery happened, it's starting to keloid, which I don't really care, especially with it being on my leg. And but there's a lot of numbness in that area. It's just like really weird. Like I don't feel any like when I touch around the area where the incision was at, I can't really feel anything on my skin. It's strange. Um, so maybe that's because they cut through some nerves or whatever. But yeah, they went in there. They stuck a titanium rod down inside my femur bone, and that goes all the way down to right above the kneecap. So that's the good thing. there was no damage to my knees, but there is a titanium rod that goes down all the way down there, and then they stuck a screw. They went in right above the kneecap, at the end of my femur bone, and stuck a screw through and screwed the titanium rod inside, and then they went up inside to the top of my femur bone, um, where the fracture was. They put that titanium rod down in there, and then to keep the titanium rod still, they the basically you have your femur, right? Your femur, at the top there's this ball joint, and then the ball joint sits inside the socket, uh, that sits inside that is part of the hip, right? So what they did is they drilled and they put two screws inside the ball joint, not my hip. So there's no issues with the hip, thank God. So that kind of helps to keep the titanium rod stable, right? Is by drilling the two screws into the ball joint at the top of the femur bone. So yeah, I got a big old titanium rod down in there. It definitely feels like they put me back together. So thank God, this time, that this accident happened. Really, even though I'm not able to work or process orders or do anything like that, I see it as a blessing in disguise. Really, I really do, because there's just been a lot of good things that happened. Even while I was in the hospital, there was a lot of good things that happened. I got closer to family members, certain people I got closer to, that previously maybe I wasn't as close to, you know. The people around me, my family, who have been taking care of me, helping me out. I think it also improved some of them in some areas, because this accident was a wake up call for me, for myself, and also for some of those around me. But yeah, so they took the stitches here out of my face. You can see right here, when I hit that dashboard, I think it was the dashboard, my chin split right here. So they had stitches they took out. So yeah, that's I guess you can technically say I'm really a Scarface here. Like a real life Scarface, you know. Um, so that's there. Hopefully, the beard will just kind of like grow around it, you know. But yeah, they took that out of there. And then I had stitches here in my elbow that they took out as well. So, but yeah, that's it. So that's the update. I'm hoping for hopefully within the next 3 months, I would like to have the website back open. I'm not going to guarantee that because it really just depends on this recovery. But that's what I'm hoping for. I'm hoping within the next 3 months I can be reopened, processing orders, and hopefully have new stuff, new inventory. Because before the accident happened, there were samples that were sent out to my manufacturer. So those samples, when they came back, they duplicated some fragrances that came back, and so I've got some new stuff just waiting, to be purchased. As far as me purchasing inventory, I have a Swiss rose. It's a new rose that I've got, that turned out really good actually. So that's in the works. If you all would like to request any videos to be made, I'm still actually going to use this downtime here to continue to talk fragrance. If you all have any subjects or anything, give me some ideas. It's because of you all that I'm able to provide some of the content that I provide. So if you have anything that you'd like me to talk about during this downtime, I got time on my hands. So I don't mind putting out some content and some videos, how tos and whatnot. Um, so yeah, let me know, everybody, and you all take care out there. Weather's very beautiful right now. It's warming up, and you all enjoy your day. I'll talk to you soon. Take care.